life experiences, life movements that we do at various speeds, if we call it sport and life. And, you know, if we boil it down to its elements, I don't know one S&C coach or exercise physiologist worth their grain of salt that would say, you know, what we shouldn't do is expose, right? The biggest way to create an unbreakable body is exposure. So if we want to create a good unbreakable body, exposure to a variety of different stresses is the name of the game, particularly if we play the sports that are on the courts and the fields that you're talking about, because it isn't just a linear thing. If I'm a running back, to make it through the first layer of defense is not about all out speed yet. That's the second layer, right? Now it's just, you know, I've beat the linebackers. Now it's an all out foot race to the end zone. So I get it. Linear speed, awesome. But to get to that second level of defense, it's, can I stop and change direction quicker than that linebacker? And in a lot of cases, if I can, that gives me an advantage, right? If I do a jet sweep and I'm just trying to outpace them on the outside, I get it. But in a lot of cases, can I actually take my mass and can I actually decelerate and change directions quicker? Because if I can, that is speed. It's just slowing down, deceleration. And if I can change directions quicker, huge advantage. If I'm a squash player, huge advantage. If I'm a father, huge advantage. If I'm 87 and I want to prevent falls, deceleration and control, huge advantage, right? So the way you said it was perfect. You know, it's loaded movement training, right? So if I can load movement in a way that increases my capacity because of exposure, then I'm starting to think about this idea of, can I be unbreakable? And unbreakable seems to be it seems to be very aspirational at any phase of our health span or our lifespan. If I'm 87 and I'm unbreakable, that means I can live independently. And that's, you know, it may not be Instagram worthy, but that's worthy for me at 87 in that stage of my life. And if I'm 22 or 27 and I'm unbreakable, you know, it harkens back to when Bill and I were at the last year at the NFL Combine. He had a fascial talk, right? And I spoke a little bit there as well. And when I was talking to the S&C coaches, you know, in and amongst our actual presentation and lecture, they said, Michol, listen, like by the time they get to us, they're bigger, stronger, faster anyway. Our goal is not to make them bigger, stronger, faster. It's to keep them available. And they said, in fact, the best ability is availability. At which point I thought, I'm going to steal that saying for sure, because that's awesome. Because that is what the name of the game is, right? Our best ability is availability. Can I be available to do what is called upon to get the job done? And so, you know, I think that understanding that in the great context of programming, then all of a sudden, all of these tools do come alive because they have a place, right? To your point, when people grab the Vipers for Viper Pros for the first time, they do 2 bicep curls with it and 2 shoulder presses with it, and they put it down. And then, you know what? That's fair. I'd probably do the same thing because I'm trying to attach a known, which is exercises, to an unknown, which is this rubber tube. And so it stands to reason why people would do that. And so when folks do that, they put it down and immediately they walk away and think, well, that's too light. And they're right if linear is what their outcome or what this tool was, you know, designed to service. But as you know, it's not, right? When we take it off the midline, when we asymmetrically load it, when we try to decelerate it with, you know, kind of a unique body posture, that's a real different story. And so, you know, simply put, that's what we want to do. We want to help build unbreakable bodies, not by being the only solution